What's up guys, it's time to unbox the mystery Samsung phone, the Samsung Galaxy A9 Star. If you guys remember a couple of months ago, I made this video talking about a mystery Samsung phone that has iPhone X style vertical cameras at the back, and turned out that phone actually got released exclusively in China. And here it is, the Samsung Galaxy A9 Star. Now Samsung has lost a lot of money because of all the lawsuits from Apple, but if you look at the flagship phones they have today, they do look completely different. We have the edge display here, we have the notch display here, and even though they do use the same kind of material like glass and aluminum, but still there is a huge difference when you hold these two phones side by side in your hand. But it is weird to see a Samsung phone that is having something similar to the Apple's latest flagship. And no, this phone does not have a notch, so Samsung still is keeping their word by not giving the notch, and they are still sticking to their Infinity display even with this phone. So let's unbox this. We got simple text up front, A9 Star. The full name is Samsung Galaxy A9 Star, of course. Taking a look at the back of the phone, we have the main specs that are highlighted. So it is having somewhat of an Infinity display. I can't read this, but I can definitely see by the figures. So this is the vertical camera, of course, Super AMOLED display with 16 plus 24 megapixel camera. That is interesting. 64 gigabyte internal memory and 4 gigabyte of RAM. All right, let's quickly open the box here. So I got my scissors, and let's take off the shiny plastic off of this bad boy A9 Star. We got another one down here, so let's cut this one as well. And here we go, opening up the box. As you can see, pretty familiar packaging, the Galaxy A9 Star. Quick start guide is up here on the front, so this is the box that we're going to take a look at later. And here is, whoa, okay, this is a new thing. Fiber cloth, I don't know what this is for, maybe something to do with China, or I don't know. Anyways, let's get to the device, and here is the Galaxy A9 Star, and turning it around, boom, look at those vertical cameras. What is that, Samsung? Wow, let's just, where's my iPhone? Okay, there we go. It is, obviously, I mean, there's a huge difference, but I mean, Samsung has completely different design language these days. They don't have similar stuff as Apple, but seeing this is pretty amazing. Now this actually feels really good in hand. Let's put it on the side and take a look at the accessories inside the box. Now first up, we have the Samsung fast charger, as you can see, looking really cute. Then we have the USB Type-C cable, and then we have the headphones. And let's take a quick look at the box that we didn't open earlier. So we got all the quick start guide, the manual stuff in Chinese, and of course, a freaking case, which is looking pretty good, of course, with those vertical cameras, vertical cutout for the camera and the back fingerprint sensor. And this thing also came out of the box, looks pretty cool with that flower thing. Let's take a look at the star of the show, which is the A9 Star. So we got the plastic on the back, which I'm peeling off. Here we go. And let's also quickly remove this white sticker. And wow, this thing is looking pretty clean look overall, with just one Samsung logo. The fingerprint scanner is at a very comfortable position because it is away from the cameras. If you compare that with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, you can see even though it is vertical, but it is in the center, giving Samsung their unique look. But this one, it does resemble the iPhone X style, camera style, but it is actually pretty good for the fingerprint scanner because your finger will go here without any problem. So vertical cameras with LED flash, and of course Samsung logo, and the rest is just pretty clean. Now at the bottom of the phone, we have the headphone jack as well as the speaker, which is looking pretty similar to the speaker of the Galaxy Note 8. So you can see it's exactly like that, which means it's gonna have a pretty good single speaker performance because Note 8 has a good single speaker. On the left hand side, we have the volume rocker as well as the Bixby button. And on the right hand side, we have the power key as well as the vertical camera, which is protruding outward. As you can see, it does have this camera that is coming out, so not completely flushed in like we have with the Galaxy phones. All right, let's just get right into the first boot up and see what this phone is providing us, with the software and everything. So Samsung Galaxy A9 Star, there's actually a screen protector on the phone. Yes, this is a screen protector, so I'm not gonna remove it. But as far as the bezels go, this one is actually looking better than any of these Samsung mid-range infinity phones that they released in the market. So it's definitely looking better than that. And of course, the flat screen display. And you know what? I'm going to remove the front screen protector because it's not completely in position. So let's just remove this. And obviously, of course, we have the language. I'm just going to go ahead and select English United States. Okay, so I actually have to insert a SIM card in order to activate this phone. So just give me a second. All right, we are back and I'm connected to my Wi-Fi network. Let's go. Now, when it comes to security, we actually have the facial recognition here as well, alongside the fingerprint scanner. So fingerprint scanner is obviously my thing to go for. So I'm just going to set that one up real quick. And we are done with the fingerprint scanner. Okay, now this is something new within the setup. You have the option to actually hide content, whatever you want to show on the lock screen. So it's giving you that option. So I'm just going to go ahead and set next. All done. Your phone is ready to use. Boom. This is the Samsung Galaxy A9 Star. As you can see, with a pretty unique wallpapers looking different. I haven't seen this wallpaper on any other Samsung phone. Essential applications in the dock, like the phone, contacts, messaging, internet, and camera. And then you can also see that it has the navbar keys with the Samsung Pay card below, which you can swipe up to activate. Now, software-wise, this is Android 8.0 Oreo, as you can see. And overall, the software features and everything is similar to what you would find on a normal Samsung phone. So there's this Bixby here, which you can obviously initiate. What I see different here, of course, is that with Chinese phone, you don't get the Google Assistant. So basically, if I hold on to this, I don't get the Google Assistant option. Instead, I get Samsung Assistant and Samsung Internet Browser, or I can just have it disabled. So let's see what the Samsung Assistant does if I click OK. All right, so quality services, get the access to the best service easily, all in one place. Everything is obviously in Chinese. Let's just start and see what this thing is. All right, so it opens up this Chinese browser thing. Probably going to have this disabled. Okay, look at that animation. Samsung Assistant, your digital life service, or life assistant. So thank God Samsung doesn't force this Samsung Assistant on the flagship phones. It's just here with this Chinese, where you don't get the Google Assistant or Google Play Store or Google anything Google. It's not here on this phone, but it does include the Microsoft folder, which includes all the Microsoft application like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So that's great. And then there's a Samsung folder as well for default Samsung application. Oh, radio app. Now, when it comes to the display, this thing is actually rocking a 6-inch 1080p display, and this phone is super big. Like, I would say this is like a flat screen Galaxy Note 8. This thing is not on, but it's almost as big as the Note 8. Obviously, the bezels are a little bit bigger, a thicker than usual chin, and a little bit thicker head as well. But still, I would say this phone looks much better than the A8 or whatever the phones that they normally release here. One of the awesome things about this phone is that it's actually having a Snapdragon 660 processor. It is clocked at 2.21 gigahertz. It's an octa-core processor, and it is much better than what they normally put in their mid-range phones, like the Exynos 7 8 something, which is pretty much the same every year. Terrible in gaming, good in battery life, but I don't really like that in comparison to the Snapdragon 660. This thing is definitely in the league of its own. And it's also rocking a 3600 mAh battery, which is even bigger than the mighty Galaxy S9 Plus. It's absolutely crazy that it's bigger than the S9 Plus. And that's not the only thing that is better on this phone compared to S9 Plus, because apparently the camera has more megapixel count than the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Yes, it is actually having a 24 megapixel camera plus 16 megapixel camera combination, whereas on the S9 Plus you actually get a 12 megapixel camera combination. Now, I'm not saying that it is going to be better, but it's definitely better than any other mid-range Samsung phone that get released with that 16 megapixel camera or something. So camera UI is exactly like the Galaxy S9 Plus, all the features, all the settings, everything. Of course, on the S9 Plus you do get the optical zoom, which we don't have here, and also this one just has a slow motion feature, whereas on the S9 Plus you get super slow motion feature coming at 960 frames per second. And of course, there's no AR emoji emoji. Instead, we get stickers, and it's actually the same thing. I mean, maybe AR emoji is a little bit better, but it's not my cup of tea. Live focus mode is also here. It's a little bit different. It doesn't zoom in compared to the S9 Plus. If I go back and go in again, this thing S9 Plus zooms in, while the A9 Star stays at the same resolution. So I would definitely say that the live focus performance would obviously be a little bit better on the Galaxy S9 Plus, but this thing will be able to take some good photos. And both phones have a pro mode, but there's no beauty mode on the S9 Plus, which we get on this one. And of course, there is no night mode on the S9 Plus, which we also get on this phone. So a couple of small changes here and there. Now both phones have the Bixby integration, so because of that, we do get the Bixby Vision. Now another shocking thing is that when you go into settings, you can see that it actually records 4K videos, which is incredible. I mean, which is something that you don't see on a normal Samsung mid-range phone. So this thing is definitely looking pretty dope with this 4K video recording feature. Obviously, S9 Plus is again having the Ultra HD at 60 FPS. You know, Snapdragon 845 allows a lot of new features, and of course, variable aperture camera will be better. But I mean, this phone is definitely better than your average Samsung mid-range phone. So 3600 mAh battery, a 16 plus 24 megapixel camera combination, Snapdragon 660 processor, and a pretty unique one-of-a-kind Samsung design that you won't be finding on any other Samsung phone. So it looks incredible to me. I actually like this because, you know, there's just so much space for the fingerprint scanner. You can just quickly easily access it without any problem. So overall, I have to say this is a beautiful Samsung phone that Samsung has to, you know, release in other markets as well. I mean, it's clearly better than your usual Samsung mid-range phone. Might be doing a full review soon, but yeah, this phone is looking pretty cool. If you want to see some performance tests, let me know. And yeah, this is the Galaxy A9 Star iPhone 10 style cameras. Some of the features are one step ahead of your Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, but yeah, the S9 Plus is still your undisputed flagship phone, but this thing is definitely the king of the Sammy mid-range land. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.